How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Alpha Q and welcome back, guys, to the channel for another one. You genius, you loyal. And today we're gonna talk about something a bit disgusting, really, a bit TMI, or too much information. It's about a sophomore graphic design student, human excrement, and dirty toilets. Enjoy.
Here we go.
Oh, you sheet of sketchbook paper! Just got away from saying shit. Sheet of sketchbook paper. I've actually got a good story about shit and a sheet of sketchbook paper. So it was about my first or second year in college, and if you don't know already, I took a graphic design major, although I'm quite shit on that. And yeah, as a junior or sophomore graphic design student, I always brought a sketchbook or two everywhere, every time I go, right? So I always have a backpack with a sketchbook or two and some stationeries, you know, like pencils, different, you know, thickness and shits, and then drawing pens and Sharpies and whatnot. And then, you know, I was riding to the college, right? And now I was not on this bike yet. I was on my old bike, the Suzuki. Here's the picture of it. That's the important detail. I was on my old Suzuki. Important detail. That's the key to an excellent story, right? You know what I'm saying? Ah, jeez. So I was on my old Suzuki, and I was going to the uni, to the college, and please just let me talk, man. Hello, officer. So yeah, I was going to the college, and suddenly, about a few hundred meters, like half a mile from here, pretty much, or a mile maybe. Suddenly, I had this massive urge to have a shit. You know, having the urge to wee or to have a shit is the worst nightmare when you're driving or when you're riding, especially in heavy traffic and shit and whatnot. There's a hotel. If you're quite familiar with this district or whatever it is called, there's a hotel called Grand Tropic, and I was about to pull over to that hotel and have a shit. But I was like, no, it was just, it's less than half a mile away from this place. I can just go and have a shit in the underground parking lot lavatory. Because if you know the college that I went, and you're quite familiar with the parking lot, you know that there's this dirty, not very well maintained lavatory in the underground parking lot, right? So yeah, so I carried on and like gung ho to the freaking parking lot, which was a huge mistake. And oh holy shit, that is fucking ugly. So yeah, long story short, I made it to the parking lot and I deliberately parked right in front of the toilet door. Not exactly in front of the toilet, but in front of the hallway. You know, not hallway. You know that shit. And as soon as I parked my bike, I just got off and, you know, just ran to the lavatory like my testicles were on fire. And then this is the idiotic part. I knew that the lavatory was shit, and it was, you know, it's dirty and not well maintained. Like, I got, you know, dirt from someone else's shoes in the toilet seat, who decided, you know, that's a good idea to squat on the damn toilet seat, you know, which is not safe. It's not safe thing to do. It's not a safe thing to do. I can't English. Congratulations, Alpha. And you know, I was like, I don't give two fucks about this filth. I just want to have a go. Like really, I just took my pants off, just sit there and, you know, did what I needed to do. Have a number two. And when you finish having a poo, as a person who lives in Indonesia, it's a quite normal thing that you always wipe your asshole either with a sheet of toilet paper or using a jet shower or just any sort of water or a leaf or whatever, really with anything. And then I saw this jet shower and I was like, it's normal, it's a normal thing. I'll just wipe my butt, right? And then I pushed the lever of that jet shower thing, and then nothing happened. And I was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh I'm screwed. But then I saw this box that you usually place the toilet paper roll in, and I thought, oh, I'm saved. I'm not screwed. And then boom, nothing was in there. Nothing. Not a single shit was there. I was like, oh my fucking god, I'm really screwed. But then I remembered suddenly that I was a sophomore design student, and thought, oh, I've got a sketchbook in my backpack. And I think you know already where this is going, right? And I grabbed my backpack and get the sketchbook out and decided to tear up a sheet of paper from the sketchbook, and this is the even more fucked up part. I didn't want to waste a new plain paper, because you know that's really precious to a sophomore design student. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna use the plain paper, the new paper. And instead I'm gonna use the already used paper with a sketch on it, and I'm gonna pick the worst sketch of them all. That's fucked up. So yeah, I tore a sheet of paper with a bad drawing on it, with a 2B graphite on it, and just wiped my arsehole with that very sheet of sketchbook paper, which surprisingly was a good paper to wipe your butt, because you know it's got some texture on it, you know, that's gonna cleanly wipe your you know, your excrement producing hole. But the downside is it's not the softest thing in the world. It's quite hard and thick and not comfortable to hold, to wipe your butt. But in an emergency situation, it's quite good. It was surprisingly good. But if you think that it was fucked up, there's a worse one. You might think that how can anything be worse than that? Well, it was pretty much the same story. You know, I was still in the uni, still at the college building. I was in a class, and then you know, the same story. I had this urge to have a shit, right? And then I went to the lavatory that I normally had a shit in. But then, yeah, it's the same story. We had no water because you know we had a sort of water problem in the campus, and in the lavatory there was no toilet paper available as well. And I was like, oh, I've had this dilemma before. I can just use another sheet of toilet paper, not toilet paper, sketchbook paper. Oh, that's a nice place to have a photograph. I'm gonna have to go there and have a few shots, a few snaps. I'll snap your bones. I'll snap your bones, mate. But then, you know, if you remember that I was in a class, right? So I've got my backpack in the classroom, and you know, I didn't have any sketchbook with me. So, me being me, I was trying to be as witty as possible. And you know, I'm a smoker, right? Don't smoke, kids. I'm a smoker. I chain smoke like every day, every single time I chain smoke. I know it's bad. Don't smoke, kids. And you know, even though I'm a smoker, I'm not that kind of smoking while having a dumb type of people, you know. I find it uncomfortable doing that, like smoking while having a shit. But then, me being me, I needed to be as witty as possible in that emergency situation, because I don't want to have an unwiped portion of shit on my underpants, because it's not gonna be comfortable, you know. It's gonna be disgusting and shit. It's gonna be shitty, no pun intended. But then I decided, like, oh, I think I need to smoke so I can take the filter and use it to wipe my butt. And I did wipe my butt using cigarette filter. And if that is not fucked up, I don't know what is. Because even to me, the person who did that, it's very disgusting, you know. That's yeah. So yeah, I think that's it for today's story of my shit life, this TMI vlog. And I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you do, hit that like button, show me your thoughts, leave me your opinions in the comment section down below. I'm gonna come back to you, because I'm not done talking yet. Yeah, hit that like button, show me your thoughts, leave me your opinions in the comment section down below, and if you have any similar or worse experience as mine, you can also share it in the comment section down below. It's gonna be disgusting, my comment section. Alright, and don't forget to subscribe. Oh, and you can also follow me on Instagram too. Yeah, social media. And final words from me: be safe out there, stay alert. I've been Alpha Q. I'm out. Peace. I didn't do it properly because I didn't do the peace hand gesture, because there were too many people and I don't want people to think that I'm crazy doing hand gestures to no one.